Activity 1. Our Food. Pages 16-17 in Grade 9 Biology book. So we learned that food is a mixture of organic substances, which are carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins and vitamins. Organic substances, they contain carbon, and inorganic or mineral substances, which are water and mineral salts. The food that we eat is a mix of all of these things. Let's see what are the constituents of foods and how are they going to be identified. We're going to take as an example the bread. In order to identify the presence of different substances inside of the bread, many food tests are going to be made. We will make iodine test to identify the presence of starch, Behling test to identify the presence of reducing sugar, Biret test to identify the presence of proteins and peptides, lipids. We are going to rub a piece of bread against a paper. We will observe a translucent spot. This table summarizes all the tests that we make in order to identify the different substances found in our food. You need to memorize it, memorize the test for each food, and the results obtained, which indicates a positive result or a negative result. Document B. In document B, we have two experiments. First experiment, we bring a slice of bread. We add a few drops of iodine water. We get dark blue color. In the second experiment, another slice of bread. We add to it copper sulfate plus sodium hydroxide, which have a blue color. But when we put them on the slice of bread, they will transform into a violet color. The colors on the piece of bread is not that clear, but this is violet color. Now, the first thing to do here, we need to describe document B. Description of document B. Whenever we want to describe, you should write a small paragraph about the things that you can see. Don't add any information and don't eliminate any information. You can write it with the active voice, يعني we put iodine, we got, or passive voice, like iodine was added to a slice of bread. Here, the description of document B is: in the first experiment, iodine solution is added to a slice of bread. A dark blue color is observed. In the second experiment, copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide were added to a slice of bread. A violet color is obtained. Now, if I ask you to interpret document B, interpretation of document B, you should write in the first experiment what is the test that we got, what is the result that we had, and what does this result mean. While, don't forget the connector, while in the second experiment, what did we add and what is the result that we got at the end. What does this result mean? In this way. In the first experiment, upon adding iodine solution on a piece of bread, a dark blue color is observed. This is the result. Significance, so the bread contains starch. Now, to move to the second experiment, I should add a connector like while. While, upon adding copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide to a slice of bread, comma, the result is a violet color is obtained. The significance, so bread contains proteins. Don't forget that before the result, you are not allowed to put because or since or hence. Now we're going to move to the second or the third document, document C, in page 17 in the next page. In document C, other experiments are made. In experiment 1, they put some breadcrumbs in a tube and they heat it. Drop of water or mist, like they add some bread to distilled water, put them in a tube, shake them. Then they add a few drops of silver nitrate solution. A white precipitate of silver chloride is observed. Remember that silver nitrate is used to identify the presence of mineral salts. Now, let's interpret document C. Upon making in experiment 1, upon heating bread, droplets of water, mist, appear on the inner walls of the test tube. So bread contains water. While in experiment 2, upon adding drops of silver nitrate to the tested chip containing bread and water, a white precipitate of silver chloride appears. What does this result mean? So bread contains mineral salts. This is how we interpret experiments when we make food tests. So till now, we know that the bread contains a starch because we got a positive iodine result. We know that the bread contains proteins because we got a positive Biret test result. And now we know that the bread contains mineral salts because we got white precipitate with silver nitrate. And the bread contains water because we observed steam or droplets of water upon heating the breadcrumbs. We still have only one experiment to make, which is rubbing a piece of bread on a piece of paper. It leaves a translucent spot. This means that the bread contains lipids. What can we conclude? We can conclude that upon the composition of a bread, the bread is a complex food formed of both organic and inorganic substances. Organic, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, inorganic substances, which are water and mineral salts.